Hey guys, Bristol5 here with episode number 5 of the Fulham career on FIFA 22. We're kicking today's episode off, taking on Bournemouth in what I eventually found out was the Carabao Cup. Coming into this one, I thought we were playing in the league, so I kind of sent a full strength team out there. I wanted to win it. There was the eagerness, the fight was there. And it wasn't until one of the transitions came on and I noticed the Carabao Cup in that transition. And I kind of sat back a bit, took it a little bit less serious, was a bit annoyed that I didn't notice that and play the rotational team. And yeah, it's really annoying. It's not the competition we want to prioritise. Should we say it's nice if we had a cup run, but it's not the one we want to prioritise. And we do go 1-0 down. Junior Stanislas is the goal scorer, and at this point, I still thought it was in the league. It wasn't until kind of about halfway through the second half when I realised we were playing in the Carabao Cup. But yeah, the Carabao Cup's the second fiddle to to the FA Cup and to the league. We're going to prioritise the FA Cup. It's definitely a more prestigious competition in my opinion. And obviously the league, we want to get back up to the Premier League as quickly as possible. And to do that, we can either win the league, finish second, or win the playoffs. And right now, we're tippity top of the league. Things are looking good, and we should hopefully be able to stay here for many more months. Obviously the season only just started, Yes, we're about 10 games in, somewhere close to that. So it's only just started, There's still about just under a quarter of the way through. So as you can see, we're still 1-0 down. We're looking to fight back in this one. I think by this point I've realised that it was a Carabao Cup and we're still just trying to fight back. And yeah, unfortunately, we did play obviously a lot of first team players in this one. Eventually, I brought on some of the rotational boys, and one of them actually scored. It's Ivan Cavallero out on that left hand side, tucks the ball into the back of the net because he likes of Mitrovic there. We started Liam Delap for a few games. He started off like a bullet out of a gun, and since then he's slowed down ever so slightly. So we're going to chuck Mitro back in, and I do think we might look to sell Mitro in January and bring in a new star striker. Maybe someone completely fresh, someone who's got no ties to Fulham. Maybe even Dominic Solanke, as he does go and score an absolute beauty against us with 10 minutes remaining. Wasn't too upset that one went in, but the manner of it going in was a bit annoying. A long shot from range, no one shut him down. They were down to 10 men, and the keeper maybe could have done a bit better there, but we're at the Carabao Cup, unfortunately, but that does now put full focus on the league until we enter the FA Cup in the first round in a few months' time. And coming into this one, we're taking on Bristol City, a travel down to Bristol. That's a great reaction save from the keeper, does deny Bobby De Cordova-Reid scoring against his former team in Bristol City. You can see the reaction there from myself. Thought I should have won him, really. Got to be scoring those kind of chances, but when just a few minutes later Bristol come down the other end looking to make it 1-0 to themselves, there's a bit of panic because Naki Wells, thankfully we intercepted that one, but De Silva, the former Chelsea left back, does blaze it over the crossbar. Very fortunate for ourselves because he had a nice opportunity there. He won the ball back in the box, really well timed. Thankfully though, it didn't result in anything here as Harry Wilson has his shot blocked. Lovely little flick to him, or to Delap from Bobby De Cordova-Reid, who then tucks the ball into the back of the net. A lovely volley from Liam Delap. And I was saying he's maybe slowed down a little bit. He goes and scores in the very next game, putting more pressure on Mitrovic and doing exactly what I want our strikers to be doing, scoring goals. But it was a really nice assist from De Cordova-Reid as he has another chance here in the second half. Another long-range effort is denied by the keeper as Weber turns Callas brilliantly. Another former Chelsea player strikes across goal and it is just wide of the post. Really unfortunate not to tuck that one into the back of the net here. There's some high pressing here from Thomas Kearney. Wins the ball back off of De Silva. Wilson, there's two men in the middle to aim for. What's he going to do? He's going to play it across. And the cross itself wasn't the best. It was a bit too close to the keeper, who palmed it onto his own player in Thomas Callas. And the score is going to be 2-0, an own goal from the Bristol defender. Unfortunately for himself, he probably would have hoped that the ball went through there to Weber to tuck it into the open net, but unfortunately it deflected off of him and unfortunately for him, it did result in it going 2-0 to ourselves. This Reed from the edge of the box almost makes it 3. Keeper in this game for Bristol had a really, really good game. You know, denied us a lot of chances. Definitely had some certain goals that he kind of clawed back from the jaws of defeat or whatever. But Webber, another great strike, deflected this time. The deflection had the keeper beat, but unfortunately it did go over the crossbar. And you can see here Webber had 5 shots this game, and he hasn't unfortunately put any of them away, as the keeper doesn't cover himself in too much glory there. Palms it straight into the path of Liam Delap, tucks the ball into the open net for his second goal of the game. Yeah, all the heroics that keeper had all game, and he's kind of chucked it all away there to kind of concede that goal and make it 3, which is really unfortunate for him, you know, because he had a top-notch game. But with a few minutes remaining, we're going to look to make it 4 here, as Deco does put the final and 4th and final nail in the coffin. Assisted by Webber, so he does get a goal contribution in this game. And the game does end 4-0 to ourselves. So a very, very convincing, a very, very emphatic victory for ourselves. As we come into the final game of today's episode, taking on Swansea, the Welsh side at Craven Cottage. So we're at home. And we're just going to look to kind of... They are obviously got the playoffs last season. They lost to Brentford, I believe, in the playoffs. So if we can beat them, that would be a really nice result for ourselves. They are one of the playoff contenders, as Mitrovic started this game just due to fatigue to some of our players. These fixtures in the Championship, they come very quick, very fast. And yeah, we just kind of have to deal with that with rotation. As Wilson on the ball takes it down nicely, strikes it on his left foot, and I don't have a Scooby-Doo what the goalkeeper was doing there. Because that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible from the goalkeeper there. It was straight at him. You can see on the replay here, it was just above him. It was slightly above him. And he thought, yeah, I'll try and palm this one over the crossbar. Completely missed the ball. Went in over the top of his head. 1-0 to ourselves. I'm not complaining. But Reed, a lovely ball over the top to Cavallero, who strikes it first time. Not the best. Not the best from our rotational left midfielder, who, when I went into the squad hub, he is a bit annoyed at the lack of game time, as another goalkeeper error does result in us tapping the ball into an open net. Really poor performance from Hammer for Swansea today, I will say. Both goals as a result of mistakes from him, but Cavallero will be happy because he has got a goal and he has definitely put his name back into contention for a starting place in our team. But that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.